Well, kia ora everybody, and welcome to Puketawhero Park here in Rotorua for coverage of the NZRL's Youth Tournament for 2023. And after the excitement of the girls' competition, we are now into the boys, and we're going to kick it all off on day one today with this match between the Akarana Falcons and the Wellington Orcas, the first game in the 16s division for you. Looking forward to bringing the action to you over the next hour of this game. Each half is 20 minutes long, and we have an excellent turnout of teams from all over the country. 10 teams in the 16s age group this year, 10 in the 18s as well, and hopefully we'll be featuring as many as we possibly can over the next 2 days. We've got 4 days today, four games today, 4 games tomorrow, and then 2 finals coming up in the 16s and the 18s on Friday. So that's how it's all looking here in Puketawhero Park today, and I can tell you that the weather is pretty decent, as you can see at the moment. Just partly cloudy conditions today. Just a slight chance of rain, thankfully. Not too bad today. And we do expect some westerly winds to give it a little strong a little bit later on today. Those strong winds may actually occur after action finishes today. So fingers crossed we won't be too bad. So westerly at the moment as we are looking at our shot. The westerly's going to come from behind up towards kind of on the diagonal from the bottom left to the top right of your picture. So both teams just going through their final preparations before this game is underway. And Akarana coming here with a team largely made up of Marist players. And there's a sprinkling of Ellerslie and a couple of players from Bay Roskill and Tiaratu as well, coached by Matt Matamu. And the Wellington Orcas team is coached by Ariki Pokuati. So I'm sure he's got his team fired up for a good showing here with a handful of Whaanui Lions players, a couple of boys from Upper Hutt College, a few players from Aotearoa way, and some Victoria Hunters players as well. So a good sprinkling of club members from right through the Wellington region, Petone, St George as well, Randwick, a couple of Rongotai College students in there as well. So sure, we'll get to see some pretty decent talent coming out of the Wellington region as well. But the Auckland teams are again expected to be strong in both divisions. Akarana, the Auckland Vulcans, and Counties Manukau. South Island teams are again going to contend as well. Particularly in the 18s, there's already a good 6 or 7 in that team that have already signed with NRL clubs. So we'll see them next against Bay of Plenty. So it's going to be Akarana to kick off. Just waiting on a referee and the officials to get sorted with the players all ready to go.
Bit late, Joseph. Hey.
So it's going to be Samuel Clark to kick things off for Akarana. Played in the Sean Johnson Cup earlier on in the year for Auckland Red from the Marist Club. So we're underway here in the 16s rather for 2023, and it's going to be Wellington with the first carry. 20 minutes each way, and straight away some good defence coming in there on the Orcas. Good charge into the line by Xavier Sola. That was. Oh, there's another good shot already from Logan Paul Woolley. Just met his old man a short time ago. And there is a little error off the second carry. Wasn't much in it, but I think Logan Paul Woolley got stung quite a bit there from that heavy shot by the Akarana team. So here's an opportunity for them straight away. The Akarana Falcon. Plenty of exciting talent in this team again. With a few players backing up from last year's Akarana 16s team. Carwyn Patterson, the hooker. Desmond Laban, who's coming off the interchange today. They were in the Akarana 16s team last year. As we see, Akarana now moving forward through Harlem Fungali. In a dummy half is Patterson. And now it's coming out to Witchman. Caleb Witchman from Marist. So in go the Falcons inside the 20. Nice little play from Patterson. Short side to Clark again. It's a good player, Samuel Clark. He needs to be watched. So back go Wellington onto their line now. And a penalty's been given there. Referee Joseph Green not happy with the ruck speed there, delaying it too much. Penalty goes against Wellington's halfback, Whaanui Richards. So here's the Falcons again, just 10 metres out. It's Caleb Tew, who's just going to charge for the line and get very close to scoring. Patterson, good hands there from Witchman, but he's driven back really well by the Wellington players. But Akarana keep the go on here. Here comes Whangali again with his second touch of the game. Patterson again at dummy half. Here's Caleb Tew again. Going to try and barge over. Again, he's just handled there by Wellington's fullback Graham. Witchman delays the pass. Perryman's put it down and it's picked up by the Orcas and they survive. Good defence on their goal line by the Orcas. Well, they'll be very pleased to survive that onslaught. But it all comes undone there by that drop ball by Rapana. And now it is Akarana again, hot on attack inside the 20. They go again. And now Fa'afoi. Christian Fa'afoi, one of the Ellerslie Eagles players in this team. Matamu, poor pass that time, and that's been turned over. So a couple of turnovers hampering both teams at the moment. Now Wellington really need to complete a set here. They've had 2 sets so far in the game and not been close to completing one just yet. As Mason Carey comes forward now. It's a good charge by Shea Taitua and a penalty to the Orcas. So good work for Wellington. Well, they held on there. They were under severe pressure. And in the end did very well to not concede the first try. So the Orcas now can come forward, see what they can cook up here through Xavier Sola again. Good leg drive by the big front rower. Harema Sione slotting into dummy half. Now it comes to Richards. And now here is Woolley again, setting it up, holding onto the ball nicely this time, Logan Paul Woolley. Harema Sione delaying the pass was Richards. Nice play by Ignacio Brown. So Wellington now coming down into the 20, or towards the 20. Slow play the ball, Harema Sione. And now a straight run at the line by Taitua. Wellington looking good in this set, much better than their first 2 sets, as we see Sola once again try and smash through the Akarana defence. Nice play, and here's the first try, it seems, yes. Wellington through, it's Kyan Samueli. And off the pass from Lorenz Rere. And a good try by Samuelu. And there is the first try off the contest. And that was well scored by Kyan Samuelu from Rongotai College. And it's Wellington leading 4-0. Quite a few of these Wellington players were at the District 9s earlier on in the year. Let's have a look here. 5 of them, including Samuelu, who scored that try. Sean Felice, one of the centres. Woolley, Harema Sione, and Waifanga, a back rower. So here comes Lorenz Rere with the conversion attempt. So the wind will be blowing right across the posts. So it's going to be a tough conversion attempt, this one. And you can see it just holding up in the breeze and no conversion. So 4-0 to the Orcas. But after a nervous start where they dropped the ball early in both sets, they came back nicely with some strong defence and to score the try. So a bit of a wake-up call for Akarana. in the first of these 16s games. It's touched on 10 teams each, so great number of teams here at the National Youth Tournament this year. For the boys, as we see Akarana kick off again through Clark. And Clark has kicked off beautifully. It's going to be a line dropout. Now Wellington not taking care of that one. And they'll be under pressure with this line dropout. So Akarana looking to bounce back straight away. Ready with the restart. Back goes Clark. And now Akarana are going to settle it down through Caleb Tew. He's already showing up quite strongly, the front rower. Witchman offloading to Fa'afoy. Fa'afoy down to the 30. Carwyn Patterson again. Now Clark, nice on to it there, Samuel Clark. And he's fed his back rower beautifully. And over to score the try is Draven Suttle. That's excellent work from Samuel Clark in the lead up to that one. And Draven Suttle gets the score. Beautiful work by Clark to create the gap. And that's a nice hit back by the Falcons. All set up by Samuel Clark. Draven Suttle goes to Mount Albert Grammar. Some experience on the wing too. Also another one that played in the Sean Johnson Cup earlier on in the year. That's a inter-regional Auckland competition. It also features teams from Northland and Waikato, so it's kind of an upper half of the North Island competition. So trying to kick this conversion is Matamu, and he's got his radar well and truly on track right there. So very good kick there to
Beautiful whistle, Joe.
Matamu, and it is 6 points to 4. Matamu there, 6 points to 4. Akarana Falcons in front. So plenty for both teams to think about in these first 9 minutes here of this first game. Next game coming up, folks, is the South Island 18s team up against Bay of Plenty, the home team. And we're going to follow that with another 18s team match between Auckland and Waikato, finishing back in the 16s, South Island. Oh, it's out on the full. South Island versus Mid Central is that last game for you today at 1 o'clock. So error from the kickoff from Wellington. Akarana have a big chance now to move forward. Here and maybe build on this 2-point lead that they've got. Straight away you can see who the go-to players are in this Akarana team. It's Patterson, Clark, Tew, the front rower. And here comes Fa'afoy again. Clark just looming up on the left here. Looking to play some football, and that's nice hands from Matamu. A good defence from Wellington there. They held on nicely there and read that play pretty well. Now Tew standing close to the ruck again. It's already Rucker's 4th or 5th carry. And in 10 minutes of play, excellent work. And now they're going to play some football, are they? No, it's Witchman who just keeps it tight here on the last play. Patterson gives it to Clark. Big wipers pass is a good one. And in to score another good try is Lamalu this time. Braden Lamalu. And that was excellent work again by Akarana. Great understanding between the players. Well executed. Clark with a big cutout pass. Now winger had jammed in for Wellington, number 2, Tane Rapana. And it was a comfortable score there in the end for Braden Lamalu. Yeah, so Matamu is looking for 2 out of 2 here. Another player that goes to Mount Albert Grammar. This is about the toughest kick you can get, isn't it? Oh, tell you what, that was pretty well done, wasn't it? So 12 points to 4. Akarana, good for their lead here against Wellington. So 8 minutes to play in the first half, 2 tries to 1. Wellington haven't had much ball of late, with Akarana dominating possession, and Akarana will get another set here straight from the kickoff as well, but Wellington might want to kick this one out on the full. That's better, as they got punished. And Caleb Tew, here he comes winding up from the goal line. He looks a useful prospect, Caleb Tew, in the front row for the Falcons. Wellington, good defence from Woolley, who went up there and made a good tackle that time, but again, getting some nicely executed plays by the Falcons in this game as they roll through this set. Good carry by Sal, the try scorer in the first try. So Patterson waits at dummy half again. He's taking the tackle this time as Caleb Witchman looks like a ball-playing back rower. Clark with the kick on the halfway. So better defensive set that time by the Orcas. Let's see what they can do with the ball. What a chase there on Wellington's fullback, Mahina Rangi Graham. He wasn't going anywhere fast with Akarana chasing through like that. Now Rere. The Falcons have looked okay with the ball so far, other than those 2 sets that we were struggling with. They did score the try from their only other completed set, and now they're going to get a bit of a helping hand with that penalty right there. Good touch finder too. They've made excellent distance from that one, so they're going to get a full set, about 45 out here. So again, if they execute here, Wellington, they'll be able to put in an attacking kick, and now here they come forward again. Atkins, Tairakena with that carry. Rere, he's going to give it to Robinson. TJ Robinson, Rongotai College. Oh, was that a forward pass to Taitura? It wasn't, and he's made a good, well-timed run into the 10 as it turned out there, Taitua. So here come the Orcas again, hunting their second try. Rere, they're going to move out a play out on this left edge again. And it's Samuelu again going very close. That's worked for them in that first try, but Akarana got their defensive lines much better that time as Rere, big strong number 6, looking to shrug off defenders. Rere proving difficult to handle. Oh, he's very close. In the end, it's the last tackle for the Orcas, and was that going to be a penalty? It wasn't. Well, what a shame for the Orcas there. They got very close to scoring their second try and closing that gap, but Akarana hang on with 5 minutes to play until half-time. Clark feeding the centre for Akarana. There's Harlem Fongali again. He's had some tough carries early in the game. And now here comes Quinn Opuariki, but he's driven back. Nice play from Patterson. Good tackle, though, by Rere. He levelled him. That was excellent work from the Orcas 6. Inside. And there goes the kick from Matamu. Good distance on it. Good distance on it. Might be a 40-20 if it goes out, but it won't get the roll. That's a hard luck kick there for Matamu. Great chase from Samuel Clark. He's having a fine game in this first game, Samuel Clark, number 6. Showing out strongly. Now, the Orcas again through Graham, their fullback. Some hard running required now by them to get them out of trouble. Here's a strong run by Ben Teal. from Tawa College. And Rapana off his wing. That's better. Tana Rapana up towards the halfway line. Ready. Back on the inside. Wellington look good with the ball, don't they? They look equally as good as they am with Akarana. Certainly measuring or equaling what Akarana have been able to output in this game. And there's a good kick too. Oh, the bounce. Was that touched by that Auckland player, Akarana player? And yes, it was. So Braden Lamalu must have just got a fingertip on it. So it's going to be a line dropout. Game feels quite evenly matched. So there's the restart from Clark. It's gone 40 metres. And now Wellington can fire up here as we can see Atkins, Taira Kenna again starting the set. Let it into dummy half. Here comes Vaifanga taking the next carry. Anthony Vaifanga, one of the players who was up in Auckland at Easter with the Wellington team in the District 9s tournament, as we see Samuelu, the try scorer, go down to the 10. So looking good here for the Orcas again. And now here comes Taitua. Well handled by Akarana's defence this time. Harema Sione at dummy half is going to have a dab. That one's read by the Akarana Falcons defence. Last play now for Wellington. Can they put in an attacking kick this time? Richards. Oh, he's dropped it backwards. Oh, no. Referee Joseph Green says he knocked it on. Well, again, that's 2 sets in a row now. Wellington have been right on Akarana runner's line and not been able to get a kick away. Just their own worst enemies there. Maybe just getting a touch anxious. And losing their composure on those last plays. So Akarana now have the chance to move off their own line through Bovias, who's playing that one. Now Perryman, the fullback. Te Aratu Roosters player. The only one in this Akarana team. And, oh, it's a loose carry. Perryman can't believe it. Not going to get the call there from referee Green. So what a chance here for the Orcas again to level up the scores again. So what can they cook up here? Here's a run from Harema Sione. And now throwing himself into the line, Ben Teal. Getting close to scoring here, Teal. Surely, third time lucky it must be for Wellington. A little dummy from Richards, but the Akarana defence weren't buying that one. Time ticking away in this first half. Rere. Oh, he's going to have to surrender with Ignacio Brown getting in front of him there. And it's still there, and Akarana have got it. It's a live ball. And in the end, it's going to be lost. So Akarana going to hang on at halftime. There's 2 tries to 1 to Akarana at halftime. Sao and Lamalu getting the tries, with Samuelu getting Wellington's. 12 points to 4 at the break.
It's an absolute feast.
Kia ora. Let's get you ready to go out there and have an epic rugby league game. But first things first, let's have a A simple warm-up is a game changer. Not only will it improve your performance, but it will reduce the chances of you getting an injury. And if you want to skip the sore muscles, don't skip the cool down. Now, tackling is a big part of the game, so don't cheat on the technique. A good tackle technique will help keep everyone safe. Collisions happen all the time, so it's important to know how to spot a concussion and what to do if it happens to you or a teammate. Sweet as, have a then go get into it.
At Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec will keep you operating.
Well, it's 12 points to 4 here in Rotorua. I hope you're enjoying the coverage of this very first game of the NZRL Youth Tournament for 2023 in the boys' competition. Pool match between the Akarana Falcons and Wellington Orcas. Falcons up by 12 points to 4 in the 16s age group. 20-minute halves, so second half underway. And there's a good kick-off by Wellington's halfback. Excellent kick-off by Whaanui Richards, putting pressure on Akarana straight away. So once again, we're at Puketawhero Park here in Rotorua for this competition this year. Who's going to emerge as the winner? In the 16s, the quest is underway. 3 pools in action for the 10 teams. So we're going to play pool play today for 16s and 18s, and then half of tomorrow's action will be pool play as well before we move to the semi-finals, and then on Friday we'll be streaming live the 2 finals in the 16s and the 18s in this youth tournament. The Falcons Matamu it is. And a dummy half is Iron Sartini now. And now here comes Don Bellamy on the halfway line, the 17 for Akarana. So Coach Matt Matamu going to his bench to give those lads a bit of a run in the second half. Oh, there's a kick from Matamu, a bit of friendly fire there for Wellington. Graham wanting to take the ball, which is his right to take it. It's always the player coming forward's right to take the ball. Thankfully, it looks like the player his teammate he ran into is good as gold. Ready. Better defence this time from Akarana. Rushing up nicely to make the tackle. There's for Ngali. And again, just see them moving up in defence a bit better now, Akarana. So Wellington not able to go across the halfway line in this set just yet. They're finally over it now through Taitua, who's had some good carries so far in the game. Shai Taitua. Here goes Whaanui Richards with the kick. Not the easiest catch there on that left wing side for Braden Lamalu, try scorer in the first half. But he did a good job there, Braden Lamalu. These lads are only 15, some say maybe 16, so all pretty talented youngsters, keen to make an impression. And of course, NRL clubs and other agents are here at Puketawhero Park, and some have already been signed to NRL clubs at this age group, a couple in the South Island team, for example. And we see Akarana getting the penalty. And we're going to see that South Island 16s team in action later today, as well as the 18s team, which has got, I think, a good half a dozen that have already been signed in NRL clubs. And they'll be playing Bay of Plenty in the next contest. And a lot of players in that South Island 18s team that were in the St Thomas of Canterbury team that won the National Secondary Schools title earlier on in the year. Now, here's a penalty. A little unlucky there with 2 in the tackle. But the strip from Torben Bovis is ruled illegal. So here comes Akarana again. Draven Sa'o, the try scorer, the other try scorer in the first half with that play. And now here comes Vaka. Alapati Vaka. He looks a big athletic front rower, doesn't he? Oh, that's a great little dart from Satani rather, heading into the 10. Oh, he's lost it. No, it's another penalty. Again, raking the ball out. So Zion Satani's made a good impact off the bench here. Lively, the hooker. Tamiha Vaka again. And after watching him, he's very strong in the tackle. And he was needed the full attention of the Wellington defence there. Satani. Now it comes to Laban. And Laban driving hard. Not going to crash over Desmond Laban from Kelston Boys. Satani, now Vaka again, and Vaka's over to score the try, and there's just too much power up the middle in that set from the Falcons rather, and Vaka goes over to score the Falcons' third try, and it's 16-4 with a kick to come. Alipati Vaka with the try scored there for the Falcons, the number 10. So here's Matamu again with a conversion attempt. He nailed his first 2 from the sideline. This one much better for Lyric Matamu. So 18-4. Good comfortable lead now for the Falcons. Just on 14 to play in the match. So this match being played in, let's have a look at what pool it is. It is in Pool B. Plenty of other games going on at the same time here as we get everything underway here today. So here's Wellington again with Richards kicking off. Defensively, just got to pick it up, and I'm sure they do. There is just a little bit of time, so we see a ball jolt loose there, and some excellent tackling by Wellington. Just as I thought they might need to step up their defensive intensity, they did it. And they've got an opportunity here. But their execution has just let themselves down. Remember, in the first half, they were on that line 3 times. Akarana's line 3 times, couldn't score. Those opportunities all followed the try they were able to execute to Samuelu. Let's see if they can get it right this time here, the Orcas. So Richards off the back. And now it's Vaifanga. That's a good carry. Look at that. Strong lad, Anthony Vaifanga. Hiramasione. Now Rere. Looking to get Samuelu involved again. He squeezed between that gap to score his try, didn't he? Very similar now. There's a hard drive at the line here. Still held up though, Akarana's defence. Hang on just. A little dive of the line again. The hooker, Hiramasione, not able to get it down. Tied at tummy half for the Orcas. Rere. Well, that's touched and played at by Akarana, so it's 6 more tackles for the Orcas. So they're able to keep the pressure on. Here's Graham. Fires it out to Vaifunga again, who tries to drive over. Akarana needing 3 players to stop the big fella. Now Taitua. But again, easily read by Akarana's defence. But ironically, in the middle of the field, 10 metres out, might just free up a bit more space for the Orcas. Richards. Good hands. Offload and the tackle is good too. Oh, no, it isn't. It's forward, says referee Green. Again, it only must have just slipped forward a fraction. Well, Wellington so close from the offload from Tom DeVanzo. But unfortunately, just drifting forward just a fraction. Well, give the Falcons defence a bit of a prop there too. Some good gutsy tackling by them as they look to come clear off their own line now. Fongali. Oh, and a little error at the play, the ball, and here come the Orcas again. Now, with 11 minutes to play and a 14-point margin, you'd really think Wellington supporters will be hoping. If you're watching, thank you for watching. It's really got to be a try here for Wellington to try and narrow this gap. So hopefully they've cooked up a set play here that's going to worry the defence. Rere seems to be heavily involved again for the Orcas. Let's see what Rere can cook up here. Almost shrugging off tacklers there. Haremasione. There's a good charge by Todd. So back go the Falcons on their goal line once more. Taitua. Settle it down. Still got a couple tackles left before they can pull the trigger if they need to. There's a drive at the line. Oh, he scored. Well, they pulled the trigger right there. And there's an excellent score for the Orcas. Much needed. Let's see who scored it. Number 16 it is. It's TJ Robinson who's gone over to get the try. Good score from him. Well done to the front rower. And Wellington needed that to have any chance, really, of staying close to Akarana. They really can't afford to let the Falcons score again. Now, Reddy needs to ice that try with this conversion. And unfortunately, can't do it. So score remains 18-8. 9 minutes to play. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on day one of the National Youth Competition for the boys. 18's game coming up next between the Bay of Plenty and Southland. That one kicks off in 11 o'clock. And that South Island 18's team is stacked full of talent. Let me tell you, they are a very good-looking team. Warriors have already signed about 4, I think, in that squad. The Bulldogs have got one. The Knights have got one. There's some very good players in that team. And the Warriors have even got 2 in the South Island 16's team that are coming up to play a little bit later. And I tell you what, they are all really good prospects. So there's the kickoff from the Falcons. See what the Orcas can do here. Good shot by Vaka on Logan Paul Woolley. He looks like a front row who's going to give it everything. Akarana's tackling's been pretty solid in the game. They haven't really had any glaring misses in defence other than that first try that Wellington scored, Samuelu, where they were able to get their defensive line broken down. There's Haifunga again. A little short ball from Rere. He's allowed to play. He walked off the mark there. Lucky not to get penalised as we see Taitua with the next carry for the Orcas. Haremasione. And now Richards to end the set. Good defensive set there by Akarana, and Richards is kicked out on the full. Gee, that's a bummer for Wellington. Just the basic errors, just starting to put a handbrake on their performance. We remember in the first half they kicked out on the full from a kickoff as well, which Akarana scored from. Don't want to give these good sides too much space, but Tew has just blown it right there. His first error of the game, a rare error for Akarana in the contest. Let's see if the Orcas can take advantage again. As we see Ethan Todd running up from the Rotorua Vikings club. Now Rere. Taken nicely by Akarana's number 15, Desmond Laban. Oh, Taitua gets rid of Tew. That was a big run. That was awesome. So the Falcons being pressured a little bit here. Possession evening up a little bit. Richards. Back comes Woolley again. Nice run by Logan Paul Woolley. Sione got a penalty too late in the count for the Orcas. Well, that's going to make things interesting. Well, that's the corner post in the distance there, so it's not too far away. So let's see if Ethan Todd can set it up here for the Orcas again. Sione at dummy half. Off he goes again, really. Looking to create some space for himself that time. We'll try now if they can get it. A converted try to bring it up to 18 to 14. This is just a ticket for a grandstand finish. Sione. Now Richards. Out it comes to Woolley, who's going to try and barge between those defenders. Can't do so. He's a couple of metres short. Taitua, who started off with a big run before. Richards. Ready. Nice play. This is good play. Here's a chance in the corner. And the score is completed. Very nicely done for the Orcas. Excellent try. And they are back in the contest now. That was lovely finishing. Samuelu with the last pass. And it's Isaiah Ekanasio-Brown who's gone over to score it. So 18 points to 12. Well, we think back to that kick just a moment ago that really missed. If Lorenz really had nailed that one close to the posts, it'll be 18-14, and Wellington might be able to win it with a converted try, but now he's got a tough conversion here. However, we saw Matamu nail one for the Falcons from a very similar position earlier in the match. And unfortunately, Rere can't do the same. So it stays 18 to 12. It's actually 3 tries each in the game. The only difference is the goal kicking, with Matamu's 3 out of 3 and Rere's none out of 3, proving the difference between these two teams. So it's actually a very even game. And there's still time for more action here with 3.5 to play. So let's see what either of these two teams can do here to finish this one off. Now Woolley to restart. Wellington need this converted try with 3 to play, and he said, "You've been thrown into touch there." He has. Well, that's a shame for Wellington. So Akarana are going to get possession on the 30. Well, goal kicking. They've got to thank their goal kicker in this game, Matamu. He's enabled this 6-point lead. Now Caleb Tew. He's going to take the first carry. Patterson is back out there now wearing 9. And now here's Witchman. Nice play as Perryman comes in from fullback. Looks to put a little bit of move on to. Does Stevie Perryman. Carwyn Patterson at dummy half again. And now settling it down as Laban. Desmond Laban for the Falcons. Patterson. He's got Tew with him right there. There's the short ball and Caleb Tew driving close. Did he get it down? He's held up over the line. Good defence there. Good tackling from Wellington. Match is on it. Is on this play really. These plays here for Akarana and Wellington. If the Falcons can score here, it'll be game, set, match. Well, they're going to fancy their chances out wide here. Going close with Sau again. And did he score? He has. Wow, what a run there from Draven Sau. And it is another score to him. They just couldn't stop him, could they? Well, on the offload was a gem. And it is Torben Bovas who's gone over to score it. Off the great play from Sau. He scored a try earlier himself in the game. And at that time he provided a good try which will win the match for the Falcons. But been a really good even contest this one. 4-3, 4 tries to 3. So let's see if Matamu now can maintain his 100% kicking record. Well, it's going to stay 22 points to 12, 10-point margin. But 4 tries to 3. It's been a game that's felt a lot closer than the scoreboard suggests. So just seconds left in the match. In this first 16s match between Wellington and Akarana. And a gutsy effort from the Wellingtonians. As we see Akarana's Fa'afoy bring the ball back again. Caleb Tew's had a very good match. That run typifies his play right there. And that will be that here in this match. So in the 16s, Akarana get their campaign off to a winning start. 4 tries rather than 3. Some good goal kicking by Matamu. Tries in the game to Sau, Lamalu, Vaka and Bovas for Akarana. And the tries for Wellington in the game, Samuelu Robinson and Ignacio Brown. So there we are. First game all done, 22 points to 12. Congratulations to the Akarana Falcons 16s team for the win. Next, we're going to come back at 11 o'clock and we're going to have the South Island 18s team in action against Bay of Plenty.